I'm sensing the fairies and the little people. So in today's reading there will be a focus on earth energies. I'm also sensing other fairy tale figures such as Snow White and Elsa from Frozen. I don't know why they're showing up here, but there they are. So make sure that your feet are solidly planted on the ground and that you have made yourself a nice cup of tea, maybe with a lovely scent that just sends you into your magical, private, wild place within yourself. So I hope that you will enjoy today's reading. So let's begin by pulling a fairy card and let's see what's showing up or whom is showing up for us today. We have card number 26. Oh, that gnome. And he's quite a trigger energy. It's like he's looking there, sitting there looking out on us, saying, "Are you crazy? Are you serious? Why don't you do something?" And the other card coming out is Tubira of the Waters, card number 37. Always remember to go with the numbers, the figures, the colors on the cards, wherever you feel that they are leading you. So I will just read you a little bit about these cards from the Fairies Oracle deck here, from the book that Brian Froud, from the card deck and the book that Brian Froud has made. So let's have a look at card number 26 and see what's coming through. And as I mentioned before, he is a trickster energy, he is creating chaos, he's about wild gifts and also about breaking habits and patterns. As I mentioned before, why don't you do something? If you want to change something, just make a little jump maybe on your private world here and see what's gonna happen, what will the result be from that leap of faith maybe even. So let's see what this card is about. It says, it's time to leap into the air, letting the earth turn beneath you and discover where you come down again. Reasonable risks are okay. Even unreasonable risks are probably okay. Use your head and look before you leap, of course, but do so understanding that the actual jump is likely to be very rewarding. No guarantees, but then there never really are anyway, no matter how pretty the paper they may seem to be printed on and the scroll work around the edge. In a reading, the presence of that gnome tells us that the forces of chaos are at work. Things may not be as they seem, and this may very well be a good thing. Look for the unexpected, find the opportunity in it, and go for it. He says that no matter how confused things may seem, there is a way to make them better. But it is a creative way, one you haven't tried before. He says, think amazing new thoughts. And somehow I was pulled actually to put this piece of world here, or my own globe here, in the reading today as well. So there's something about your private world that might be changing right now. One of today's tarot cards I pulled was actually the World card in reversed, card number 21, talking about chaos and unfinished work, something that is not yet completed. So let's see about that when we are moving further into the reading. But before we do that, let's have a look at the card number 37 as well. Tubira of the Waters. It's talking about emotions, serenity, meditation, gracefully accepting change. Okay, so there's definitely something chaotic going on here because things are changing. Now, Tubira of the Waters is saying, water is mutable, changeable, fluid, and Tubira speaks to us of a particular kind of change. Change of emotions and possibly a change in health. We have important choices to make about how we meet those changes and where we let them take us, toward the calm, flowing purity of the fairy waters, or the boiling cauldron of hot temper and steamy emotions. The choice is obvious, but we sometimes forget that we have it. Tubara reminds us that we do have a choice, and making it, wisely or unwisely, determines our future. The things we need in life remain constant, no matter what is going on or how hectic the changes and pressures in our life may be. We need nurturing and love, and it is ultimately up to us to provide that for ourselves. The healing fairies will help us if we ask them to. So we are definitely going to send out a lot of questions to the fairies right now. And maybe even we're going to ask them for a helping hand. So something is going on here. Change is coming, whether we want it or not. Still, we need to sustain ourselves in the world. Please remember that. We still need to provide for ourselves and care for ourselves. We need to pay the rent, or we need a place to stay. We need food on the table. So not putting any responsibility on others, which is actually ours. So let's tune into the astrology to see where it is that we now seem to have a focus in our lives. So it's also here that you can check out your own chart where you have these energies if you want some more personal intel on that. So let's see what's going on here. And also the water is about our remembrance, memories, dreams, longings, intuition, and our feelings, of course. So there is something going on here where we should really be careful to hold on to what is reasonable and what is necessary for our own growth, because it can be emotionally hectic right now. So we also need to pay attention to our health. So whatever we need for our own recovery, our own restoration, or whatever the situation we might be in right now, we need to accommodate that. We need to make sure that we have the resources to regain our strength. And tuning into that energy, we may have to take that leap of faith to go somewhere else, to change things a little bit, to change our routines and our patterns. So I'm definitely also seeing Sagittarius here, and I'm seeing Cancer. Okay, so those could be two zodiac signs that you might want to check out. But let's see what the astrology cards have for us. Where is it right now? We should have a focus in our charts to meet this energy. We have a planet out, so let's have a look at that. And that could also be us showing up with these planet energies, or it could just be a bubble or an orb flying through our life right now, holding that particular energy. And here we have the sun. Wow. It's time for clarity. It's time for things to clear up. I'm also hearing clearing out. So maybe we're getting rid of some things right now because we see it clearly. We see clearly what we need to let go of. We see clearly here ourselves. This is all of our personality. So, and our immortal spirit. This is purity of spirit, and also about maybe perhaps destiny and purpose is involved in this. So a very important time for our entire personality actually to make a kind of change in that. Maybe we're not communicating our feelings out the way we used to. Maybe there's a change in that. Maybe we're not spending money the same way we used to. Or maybe we feel it's time to move to a different place or take on a new job or a new hobby, because we see clearly now who we are. And the sun is also a reminder that we can always travel in time and space, okay, through that immortal spirit energy. Immortal here means immortal. Our light is always, it's going on and on and on and on. Okay, we also have a house card out, so let's see what the area is, which area we need to have a focus on here. And we have a focus on the first house. And that actually goes very well with the sun in this case, because the first house is where we land on Earth. That's where we are supposed to look ourselves in the mirror, asking ourselves the question, who are we? Whom do we want to be? Where do we want to go? What do I want? What do I desire? And take charge of our own energy. It's our own responsibility to make it through the entire zodiac to the 12th house. And so this is our rising sign as well, so maybe you want to check that out. And also if you have other energies in your first house, and of course the placement of your sun, which zodiac sign are you born in, or were you are you born in? Okay, and go into your rising sign and see how well these two go together. Some of you will be born in the first house, some of you won't. So see how those two energies are really communicating together. How do they feel about each other? Is it time to make a leap of faith now, so that these two, so that we are going to be able to integrate the impression that we give other people, to integrate that even more in our personae? Okay, so it's time to ask ourselves, who are we? Who are we? Where do we want to go? How do we feel? How do we think? And maybe even check out your face expressions when you are speaking, right? Or when you're smiling, or when you feel that you actually look a little bit mad. How does that really look? Or if you look really happy, or you feel really happy, how does that look? How do you express that? Or do you express it, or do you hold it within, you know? So I feel that it's time really to go into that magic place, to that private room, and really start to show up with that. Maybe there's something here we need to change, because we are having a breakthrough moment here. We need to rise, and I would say here, rise and shine. Okay? And what does shine mean? It means that we need to show all pieces of ourselves, every side of ourselves that perhaps we haven't showed up with so far. And so in order to wipe out misunderstandings about our personality, we now need to maybe fight a little bit for ourselves. This is Aries and Mars energy, so this is about taking control, showing up with your power, showing up with your will. And this is also about our aura field, our physical eyes, our third eye chakra. So how are we tuned into what we actually see? What you see is what you get should really be the mantra here. Okay, that we should be completely honest about what we are communicating out here. Even the most private part of ourselves, even the parts where we are completely, or feel completely naked. Okay, so let's dive into the tarot cards and see what's up for us here. Maybe there are some other areas as well that we might want to have an extra look at. So we definitely need to read more into our birth sign here. So look more into that. Are you Aries? Are you Gemini? Are you Aquarius? Are you perhaps Sagittarius or Cancer? Look more into that. And I have made a planet series, and I have left the link down below for that. So look below the video if you're interested in knowing more about the planets and the zodiac signs. We have the Princess of Wands, and here there's actually a reference to all the fire signs. So right now we have Sagittarius and we have Aries with us in the reading so far. And I'm hearing that where there is light, there is a road, there is hope, there is action. And the fire signs is about action, and the sun is ruling in the 5th house of Leo. So we are on the move here. With the Princess of Wands, something is showing up, maybe quite unexpectedly. Maybe it's a person. We are working with the persons here in the minor arcana. So maybe someone is showing up, or maybe it's a piece of news coming your way. And I feel that we should really meet this news up front. Or maybe it's you delivering some piece of news about who you are, or where you want to go in life, or how you see things or understand things. Really tune into the part of your personality right now that you feel you have kept a little bit private, where you kind of know that you need to make some kind of adjustment, okay? Because doing it the old way just won't do anymore. We need movement, and light is movement and forward movement, I would like to say, with Mars and Aries energies here. Forward movement, not looking back. Think about yourself. We need to be selfish in the first house. How should we otherwise be able to take the big ride in the big entire zodiac? If we don't have the energy, if we don't take charge, if we don't saddle that horse. So some kind of unexpected energy is coming our way, and look out for the people showing up in your life, maybe quite unexpectedly, or maybe you had something planned out with a person, but all of a sudden some kind of news is coming from that person, and things are changing, the planning of it. Oh my god, oh that no, oh my god, what's going on here? So maybe you will be presented for some kind of unexpected energy here. It can also be something about your creativity with Leo and Aries and Sagittarius here in this reading. Some kind of unexpected hobby or creativity could be something that you are likely to take on. But things are moving fast here. And maybe you want to have a look, since we have the health card with Tobiah of the Waters, maybe you want to have a look at nutrition in your life and how you're treating your body, how you're treating your life force energy. So if you feel kind of low in energy, or you feel that you're physically just worn out, maybe you want to change your diet here as well, to take care of your light, to take care of your life force energy, the energy that makes you feel that the energy that makes you who you are. And it's only ourselves who know how honest we are meeting up with that, or we are meeting that energy. So only we are responsible for that. Let's see what else is coming out here. There could also be something about relationships, relations showing up here. That's also what the ones are talking about. So something unexpected again with the people you have around you. We have 8 of Cups coming in. This energy, unexpected, coming in, arriving rather fast, is showing up because you are ready. Something is maturing and you are ready just to, I feel that this is actually you doing this unexpected thing, because unexpected action here is coming up, is coming through because you feel ready. Tobiah of the Waters is talking about change, okay, fluidity, mutable energies, that things now are possible. Things that perhaps in the past weren't possible, well, they're possible now. Maybe you waited for that road. Maybe here it's something unexpected that is coming out here. All of a sudden you see that route, you see that new path. And maybe there has been a clearing of the rocks now. You can easily see the steps here, or the path. It's free. It's free for you to go. It's your personal freeway. Okay, because you're ready to leave behind whatever or whomever hurt you. It's like an eclipse moment here. So I'm also getting that this could be maybe just within a day or two that these energies are shifting, that this energy is rising within you, and you're looking yourself in the mirror and maybe asking yourself, how much longer am I gonna hide who I am? How much longer am I gonna stay here? How much longer do I need to feel trapped? So there's something or someone who's had a hold on you emotionally. Maybe this is your 8th house. I think I pulled the 8th. I pulled 8 of Cups also in a prior reading I did. So maybe some of you are working your way through this 8th house, where we are sharing resources with others. How unfortunately or how fortunately have we been in those relationships where we seem to have shared everything perhaps, and now things are changing, transforming, because maybe we did not receive what, you put something in and you take something out. So this is a put and take lake or put and take river, right? So you're ready now to leave behind whatever has betrayed you, even perhaps quite seriously. But you have gained some new energy. You have gained some new personal insights through Sagittarius. Maybe you've already made that leap of faith, or you're definitely going to do it. And if you do it, you will be on your way into unknown territory. Maybe you never did this before. But that's the fairy tale. That's where the fairies like to come in. That's where we meet the little people. That's where we are so grounded and we're so focused on what's just in front of us that we kind of surrender. We surrender to nature. We surrender to the current within ourselves. So this is extremely healthy when we dare to ask the serious questions, the important questions, the necessary questions. We need to work on the courage to do that now. Remember that the fire signs are all about being courageous and taking action and showing up with all our qualities, not being afraid, being proud of who we are. And then we have 9 of Cups. Yes, there is some kind of wish fulfillment coming in. When we dare to go this way, we will also kind of be rewarded, just like one of these cards we're talking about as well. An immense reward is coming in, okay? But not without 10 of Wands, not without walking again the path, right? When we have moved through the most troubled waters here, then we have reached the top of it, and then we're going to move down again. So some people say that what we meet on the way up is what we're going to meet on the way down. So here I feel that we have reached the other side perhaps, or this is what we are leaving behind. Go with it, how it resonates with you. Maybe he's just moving up this mountain as well, and it's not easy. And here we are seeing the front of the person. Here we're seeing the back of the person. Again, we need to be honest about ourselves. Are we putting in all the energy now to make it to the other side? And that takes quite a lot of effort here. Definitely does. But we can have our, like I mentioned before, our wish come true here. We can have our special moment, our wish fulfillment, where we are sitting here eating the fish, our catch. Maybe it's you out there who's a catch. I'm getting that for some. Maybe you have a personality that's really a catch. When people are with you, they really feel like you make their dreams or their wish come true, right? But it's not without doing the hard work. It's not without keep showing up with all sides of yourself. So 10 of Wands, important here. And also, yeah, I'm getting for most of you, you are carrying a lot. Maybe for a few of you, you have wished that you would just, at this time, be able to leave some of the relationships you've had behind, or the old energy behind. Maybe he's just gonna throw the sticks or the wands here, so that this climbing up or this rising will be much easier. So go with it however it resonates with you, but we're not gonna, this magic is not gonna happen just without us taking responsibility for it, or actually make it happen. We are creating this wish fulfillment ourselves. We are also part of cosmos, or the divine, or whatever you want to call it. We are also part of it. We are also creators ourselves. And so just sitting there not doing anything and like, why is my wish never coming true? Well, maybe you need to take a leap of faith. Maybe you really need to go through this kind of hard work here with 8 of Cups emotionally and 10 of Wands physically. That is very hard. When we have been betrayed, or someone left us down, or someone abandoned us, we know that emotionally that can completely break us. And so taking action in those troubled times emotionally, that's really hard. But when we gather the courage, gather the strength somehow, maybe that's the magic in itself, right? We are creators on the move here. And then we have the High Priestess upside down. I feel that someone here is jumping upside down. I feel that the High Priestess is the one sitting here waiting for the jump. But right now she's cloaked. Her energy is cloaked. She can't move anywhere. But she's just sitting here. Maybe I need to do this in a different way. With this new moon, there is something new beginning here. And we also can see how the dragon here, or maybe it's a snake, and the pentagram here is showing up to show us that we are protected, that we are in harmony. But maybe we need to take action to go a layer deeper in our own magic. Maybe we have a deeper fulfillment in the world than we thought we did. Maybe we already knew ourselves as the High Priestess, but maybe we have denied her presence. Since we have so much light in this reading, so much fire, that's about presence and taking action. And maybe we denied that High Priestess within ourselves to come out, the moon goddess. We just let her fry. But now it's time to let her shine. So allow her to come out and see the day of light, because there's something here where we also maybe need to think about ourselves. This is a very introvert energy, again back to Cancer energy here. And then the selfish part, the first house, maybe we need to have a deeper look on ourselves, looking in, through the eyes here, we will be able to see our soul. So maybe that's a reminder to please be more selfish. Look more into the mirror, spend more time in front of the mirror. The mirror is also a symbol of looking into the soul, because it's always reflecting back what's on the inside, what we can't see ourselves, right? When we walk around among other people, we don't hold up a mirror to ourselves all the time. So other people are mirroring how we are showing up in the world. So that's very interesting. So spend more time with yourself, figuring out how you are showing up in the world, how you are showing up. And also, of course, the impression that you give other people. So an introvert energy, there's something here that we need to have an extra look on. This could also be our dreams and our longings, but definitely working with our intuition and take a deeper dive here. So some of you might want to check out your moon sign as well. That's what I'm being drawn to here. Let's have a look at the bottom card. The bottom card is also coming out in reverse. The Hermit, card number 9. And the High Priestess is card number 2. So we have 2 major arcana cards coming in here. And so this is a time for us sitting in our cave, maybe not being the best friend with people around us. Maybe we don't like to have outlook on the world outside of us. We just like to stay indoors, staying at home. Cancer energies again. And maybe it's time for that. We are not ready yet to begin a new spiritual journey like that. Definitely not outside of ourselves. This is an energy pointing back into ourselves. So this is a very, I would say, a highly private energy coming in here. This is really something about the bigger questions in life. Why am I here? What do I need to integrate more in myself? So stay in your cave. Only go out when you feel safe, or when you really feel the need of it, when you really feel truly inspired, when you feel that the wolf is right beside you. Otherwise, don't go. Okay? If it's only for following through on the truth, which the wolf is a symbol of, you go, definitely. But otherwise, stay indoors with your private wolf, with your truth, and have a deeper look into what's going on in your soul, in your feelings. Because something is healing here. Quite, there's some kind of spontaneity coming in here. So if it's not you taking some unexpected action on something, maybe you feel that energy of something unexpected coming in that could trigger some kind of fear, or that could make you feel whom or what it is that you need to leave behind, that is just betraying you, that is putting you down, that makes you feel small emotionally. Okay? Now it's time for your true wish to finally rise and shine in your life. And maybe some of you have already worked very hard to manifest this. Okay. So let's have some advice from the fairies. Let's see what they want to give. What is it that they want to communicate to you right now? Something about children. Yeah, your inner child. Back to the Sun and Leo. And the orange rose, which I actually also felt pulled to. I don't know if you see it there in the background. I actually felt pulled to take that, to bring that into the reading today as well. And also here there's some kind of orange to this gnome here as well. So maybe orange holds a special meaning for some of you out there, but some kind of child might be important for you. Your connection with children is part of your life's purpose. So it's not, if it's not your inner child that you feel this is a reference to, maybe it's a child in your neighborhood or in your family. And get some exercise. As your body becomes stronger, you begin to feel stronger in all ways. Exactly. Maybe you want to even work with, maybe you want to work with crystal energies as well. I think I have my selenite here, which is also a reference to the moon actually. So let's put that down here. So if you feel pulled to crystals to give you that kind of energy that makes you feel more spontaneous in how you are taking action on getting some exercise, work with that as well. But you are becoming stronger. We have, like I mentioned before, this is a reading on earth energies right now, so it is about working with your body, your bones, your muscles as well. So as you become stronger, you begin to feel stronger in all ways, and so you will feel much you will feel safer, you will feel more safe in moving through these changes right now that Tobias of the Waters is holding for you. You will become more acquainted with that and becoming more familiar with that. Cancer energies is also about feeling familiar with things. So and being creative sometimes also makes us feel more safe in our space, in our bodies, in our home, in the situations that we should surround ourselves with throughout our daily life. So definitely also go with what makes you a creative person. How do you regard your own personal creativity? So let's pull some personal cards to see if there are some more areas that we should be focused on right now. We have 4 cards coming out together here. 35, a pathway is showing up here with the butterfly. Yeah, for some of you, you have been taking a long, deep dive into that wild forest of yours. So right now you're seeing the light. You know where the door is opening here for you. And you are just gonna follow that. Okay, so for some of you, you are still in the forest, you are seeing some kind of light, but it's not as strong as here perhaps, but there is a pathway coming. Card number 5, because you're mature, back to the 8 of Cups, and again the masculinity showing up here with the fire signs as well. I see very much Sagittarius here, and again the globe, the world, something is waiting for you. You are ready to show up as a very experienced person. You have a lot of life force energy in you, and you have a lot of experiences with you as well. Okay, no one can tell you that you don't know about that. You can't say that because you haven't been there, you haven't done that, and you can say, well, that's exactly what where I've been, that's exactly what I've been doing. That's why I know something about it. That's why I can tell you something about this. That's why I'm showing up honestly about how I feel. I'm showing honestly you how I feel. And I can do that because I've been there and I've done that. Okay? So to trust your own life experience at this point. Card number 24. Yeah, don't let anyone steal your light or your time or your path. Don't let anything put you in the shadow side. No more. It's time for you to show up. And sometimes we need to be, when we're having that honest conversation with ourselves, we definitely need to ask ourselves the question also, did I do this by my own will? Is part of this also my responsibility? Did I put my light in the shadow? Did I hold myself in my own shadow self? Maybe. Sometimes we do that. Sometimes we know we're doing it, sometimes we don't know that we're doing it. And then card number 37, and I can see that it's 37 right now on the clock. So there is some kind of poverty here that is ending right now. We need to come out and let ourselves shine, show up honestly, showing up as the hermit in reverse perhaps, someone who's mysterious, someone who's very private, someone who's taking life quite seriously, who is responsible, who wants to make changes, who's not afraid of it. We can no longer hold ourselves in this kind of poverty, okay? Where it's always people that we feel we are on the run away from, maybe. So run away from these people or these relationships who are trying to keep you in your shadow self, okay? Because right now you are beginning to work to get out of that. Maybe you don't know that yet, but that's definitely what you, maybe in a quite unexpected way, you will start to feel the energy of that. Maybe you will begin to act differently, okay? Or maybe you just feel like when you wake up one morning, you just want to do something that you not normally do at that time of day. Do it. Go with that energy, and don't be surprised about, or don't fear it, because it's just part of your involvement right now from where you are, okay? So let's end the reading with a little poetry. Let's see what doors are opening up right now for you. What's in that light? We know, I feel like happiness is waiting here. Nobody knows, and maybe we don't have to know everything. We couldn't figure out that we were going to go this way in life. We couldn't look like 35 or 5 or 24, 37 years out in the future. We can't know it all, and it's okay. just go with the flow here and enjoy this moment of being extremely or completely honest with yourself. Make yourself, when you're showing up with other people from now on, allow yourself to be completely naked and say, you know what, I don't have to tell people something that I don't feel I am. I don't have to make up stories about my own existence or my own presence or why I do this and that. I don't have to explain myself. I'm just who I am here. I just am. Okay? So tuning more into that energy will definitely also help us get through these changes. But there's something that is definitely maturing in our way of taking action on things. So the first door out is Anthony's Call, and this card is saying, in thanks of my spirit, safe and sound, all things that are lost so can be found. So if some of you felt lost from yourself, open this door and know that you're still there. Okay? And I would like to point to the dragon that's also here with the reading, in my reading today. Spread your wings, and I would like to say fly. Spread your wings, okay? And know that the dragon has been waiting for you to return. The dragon is a symbol for this immortal spirit within us. The dragon is waiting for us. The dragon is our inner holy sacred energy that never changes, but who's waiting patiently for us to return after we have been through one cycle of life and then another cycle of life. Every time we finish a cycle in our lives, we are going back to our inner dragon to have a checkup. How far have we come? How much have we developed? And what are we gonna work on in the next circle of life? The next door coming out here, or the doors next door is coming out. We also have the white light at the end of the tunnel, right? We say that at the end of the tunnel there are new opportunities coming in. This card is saying a moment's joy. Sand through the hourglass, yet time could stand still. A moment lasts forever in the bliss of the heart's will. And the sun is also a symbol of our physical hearts. And I feel that this card is a reference very much to Tabara of the Waters, because it's talking about the hourglass, and I feel that this is the hourglass of water, not the hourglass of sand. And yet a moment lasts forever in the bliss of the heart's will. Also a lot of power and a lot of will coming in here. But a moment lasts forever, and the water is a reference to eternity. So there's something here that we might have forgotten about, but we're definitely finding our way back, much more empowered, much wiser. Express that wisdom into the world whenever you feel ready for it. But right now it's about working on our private self, working on what's been hidden or suppressed, or something that we have tried to forget about. So I'm gonna wish you all the best out there. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.